Hello everybody, this is Fuzzy2K, and I've got my NES right here. Here I have the screws removed. Right now I'm going to show you the inside of this thing. If you're ever curious about what's inside a Nintendo Entertainment System, now you'll get to see. I've already taken the screws out, as you just saw. So, take the cover off. Right here, you can see that there's this big plate of RF shielding, and I'm not actually going to remove this. I'm just showing you what's inside the NES. Here's the inside of the cartridge slot. There's that infamous 72-pin connector that always has problems. I replaced mine, and I cleaned all of my cartridges. So it works flawlessly. This black plastic cage right here is the cartridge slot. It accepts the cartridge and allows you to push it down. Right here I've got Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt. It's a little yellowed there, but it's in working condition. So the cartridge goes in, pushes down. So it's a bit of a problematic design. Got the power button, the reset button, the LED, which if you look closely you can see that the LED is actually right there. And this plastic piece projects the light onto this front. So if you take this cage off, you can see the circuit board underneath. And you can unscrew this cage and pull it out. This is the circuit board here. That's where the controller ports plug in. This one, I believe, is player 1, and the one on the side is player 2, down here. Oops. Can't see it under this flap, but this bundle of wires here goes from the power and reset buttons as well as the power LED, and they go into the console. There's actually a blue connector. Actually, if I turn this upside down, you can see that blue connector in there. That's the front panel harness. If you look under here, you can see that my Nintendo is newer. It has the expansion port blocked off, but the port is actually still on the motherboard. It's just covered with that plastic. See, I don't know why Nintendo did that. They added a little bit more plastic, and they didn't remove the connector. Isn't that a bit wasteful with the materials? I don't know. So if you're environmentally conscious, you can remove this piece of plastic and kind of like send it into a recycler or something. You can see the posts where the screws go in. There are 3 on the back side as well. This thing with the big capacitor sticking out is the RF modulator, as well as the AV connectors and the power connector. They all go through this box. There's a little something or other stuck to a heatsink. I believe the technical term for that is a doohickey. But some people call it a thingamajig. I call it a whatever. You can see right here the bundle of wires that goes into that blue connector. Also, these things kind of wiggle around. I don't know if you can see that. You can probably hear it. They're actually loose. If you remove this panel, you can actually take it off by removing these screws and sliding it up. you'll actually notice that the controller ports are just held in by friction. They're actually held in place by this thing. And that's why they wiggle, because they're loose. Here you can see the springs that go into the cartridge tray. Dr. Seuss would probably call these Spring 1 and Spring 2. I just call them springs. And this thing, if you've ever had a problem with your cartridge tray not sticking down all the way or not sticking up all the way, this is the problem. I don't know how to fix that, but I can explain how it works, sort of. That little tab there actually accepts a metal bar which flips up and goes into that notch there when you push it down. When you push it back up, it goes back up and goes the other way. It's kind of like a mechanical pen, like this one, with a clicky button. Pardon the rather poor focus, I had to focus it with my nose. It works on pretty much the same principle, although it's slightly differently executed in that pen. But it's, for all intents and purposes, same thing. So if you have a problem with the tray not sticking down, you can probably buy a new one of these on eBay. I've seen them. But you can probably also fix that. But I don't know how, so I can't tell you how. This bar here actually probably is there to make it so that unlicensed cartridges that don't have a ridge in the bottom, like right here, don't fit. But it's kind of pointless because obviously there are ways around that by, you know, putting a hole there in the cartridge. Right now I'll just show a quick video of how the lid works. It's got these two springs, spring 1 and spring 2, and just metal bars. When you open them, they just flip up. And there you go. The Nintendo Entertainment System. Thank you for watching.